Hey guys, this is CJ Miller. And so uh, I'm in my kitchen. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Come check us out. So, this is a variation that I've done on the traditional fried chicken. This is a chicken that basically fries and makes its own stuffing. Uh, you get a good crispiness on the outside, and then a really good thick breading. Basically, it's this: 4 eggs, uh, 3 cups of self-rising flour, probably about 2 tablespoons, no more than that, uh, of an additional baking powder. And then you want to add a little bit of water or milk, whichever you prefer. I used water this time to get just a consistency of a thicker pancake batter. You don't want it too thin. And then what I did was I added Old Bay seasoning, garlic powder, black pepper, um, and poultry seasoning. Uh, Probably about 3 tablespoons of each to the batter, so you get like a really good uh, breading. So let me just put this on pause. I drained it on the pita bread that I had. But let me pause my video and take you over and show you what we're working with here. So I've chopped up little bits of cheese, and this is a bit of that pita bread that you saw tore. But basically, this is underneath this breading, you get stuffing on top of this chicken breast ready to go. And this is great. It's just like a basic, uh, you know, treatment. What I did was I put it in hot grease and well, I needed to put it in the batter, and the more it rests in the batter, the more it clings. The more it sits in the batter before you fry it, the better it'll cling a little more. Um, Now you need to use a self-rising flour for this, um, so that you'll get that good breading. If you don't, you might still get it if you add some baking powder. If you don't have self-rising, but you have all-purpose, but if you add baking powder, you might get a little bit of a rise out of this batter, but it won't be nearly. It won't be a breading. You know what I mean. You might get a crust, and I'm sure you will, but it won't be uh, the fluffy breading that comes in here. This is great. Um, mm, oh. So the seasoning, once again, Old Bay seasoning, which is Old Bay is kind of a red pepper seasoning that's got some salt, and then there's salt um, in the flour and stuff too. So you really don't need to add salt after that. But Old Bay seasoning, um, your favorite blend of poultry seasoning. You'll need some additional garlic um, and black pepper, because you'll need that black pepper to balance out, because there is salt in the flours, and so. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think. And I've got a good coffee here, and with a good, it's a Snickers flavored coffee with a Snickers flavored creamer. Uh, I don't know. Okay, so and then this was a trick some years ago. My mother used to watch her, the Barefoot Contessa. I was watching her one night, and what she did was she did like a baked chicken, something. I don't remember the recipe, but I do remember that she had these large bagnettes, uh, French bread, laid out in the bottom of the pan, and so she put her chicken on the bottom of the pan that she was going to slow bake. And the whole idea is that the drippings would drip into the bread, and that would make it incredible also. So as what I did was basically just drained my chicken on the pita bread, and so any flavors don't have to get lost. I still get a drained chicken, and then I get a good flavorful pita bread. So it's not exactly keto friendly, but for the last few days I've been more strict on my keto diet, and so today I needed a break. I'll tell you what I did. I went and it was actually, I say today, it's late night past midnight. So my calorie count starts over at midnight. But yesterday I went out um, and did some shopping, picked up some groceries and everything, came back home. That's like, the day was going to go a little different, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to. But then I thought, I'll look around, I'll see when the Ant-Man and the Wasp, that movie, and Quantumania, when is that going to start? And then I was going to maybe check it out, and then I was going to watch the Ant-Man movies, and in order, because this was the third one. But I actually got an early date. This is nothing new. Sometimes big blockbuster movies, when they're going to premiere, locally, like on a certain date, like here on the 17th of February. Well, what we got an early date, unannounced, and I looked. Wow, a preview day, February the 16th instead of the 17th, and it doesn't surprise me. Sometimes I'll look and maybe there's going to be like a late night before, but they were doing it the whole day before. Anyway, I went and I saw the movie. I'd recommend seeing it. What I liked about that movie, and I'll just look up here at the window. What I liked about that movie was Michelle Pfeiffer as um, her role in like um, the Vintage Wasp character. You understand the importance of her role. Whereas before, we've only seen her in clips in the movies, bits and pieces, little small cameos or whatever. So she really got to be a big part here. She got to do some ass kicking. It was good. So, and I liked the way this Quantumania looked. And of course, I got to look at the Flash, which was the same trailer that we've seen by now since the Super Bowl and everything. And it's like, um, I'm really interested to see where they're going to take the DC movies. We have a couple of more in the DCEU, as the fans have nicknamed it. It was never officially the DC Extended Universe. That was something the fans called it. But the new official is going to be the DCU, the DC Universe. But first, there are a couple of movies that are already made, and they're going to play those out. We have the Shazam movie coming out. We have the Flash movie coming out. We have there's another Aquaman movie coming out, and I think those are the three that are left in the remaining, um, current uh, idea for DC. And then I think what's the Flash, I think is kind of gonna they're going to use that as an opportunity to reset the franchise. And I don't mind that, because some of these characters were not my ideal characters. The Man of Steel Superman was not my ideal character for Superman. I thought sometimes he was a little bit of a dick. The Clark Kent guy. I mean, you can make your point about standing up to bullies without screwing over someone's entire livelihood. There was a scene in this Man of Steel where like some trucker like smacked the waitress's smacked her on the ass or grabbed her arm or something like that, and Clark, working there, also went to interrupt and basically just kind of like the guy like kind of pushed him back out of his face or threw a beer in his face or something like that. And while it's appropriate to stand up to bullies, the next scene was terrible. The next scene was, the guy's rig with a bunch of trucks, with a bunch of tree trunks going in and out of his rig or whatever. It was totally, and it's like, when that's not a heroic thing to do. That's damn near villainy, and that was my first impression of Superman in Man of Steel. That this guy is not uh, being a hero at this point. He's being a douchebag, you know. So that was never. He was never my. Uh, he was never my ideal for the character. And then what else? What else? I'm just looking out the window at the pretty lights and everything because something other than looking at the food on my plate while I talk about movies. Uh, what else? I love movies. And I'm excited. We get the best movies going into the spring, going into summer. You know what I mean? Uh, this was the first movie I went to see since Black Adam. Uh, in a theater. So it's like, whoa, I love action movies, superhero movies. I love horror movies too. They don't make really good horror movies like they, not ones that make me want to run to the theater like when I was younger. Because it's like, you know, uh, I think there's a big focus on the supernatural element in horror movies today, like the Conjuring universe and what's the other, the Insidious and some other ones. But I think it was always scarier when there was a human stalker. Like Halloween and Michael Myers and early Friday the 13th when the killers were human, and then all the ones that spun off of that, because we got like Happy Birthday to Me, we got a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, I got let's see, I got a message. My battery's running low and some features may be limited. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this video off really quick. I just want to say that I love you guys. Come check us out in Northwest Louisiana. Let me know if you're passing through. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. If you're coming to and from your way to Mardi Gras or anything, peace, man. Bye.